This is my intro.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, go. How's it going, everyone? My name is Max, also known as the Blitzball Guy, here to review the Arsenal-Leicester game. I mean, to be honest, there's not much to say. It was a pretty boring game until the very end when we looked like we were going to give up a goal, which was very upsetting. That was not a comfortable ending for Arsenal, but we got the point, which I guess is okay. We really needed a win. I mean, it just kind of showed, last game showed where our defense problems were, right? It showed why we were bad defensively, and this game showed what we need in the attacking. And I gotta say, though, we were way better when we had Mesut Ozil on. I mean, that guy changed the game. I mean, we did not, that entire game, I didn't see a single threat. I didn't see one chance. I'm like, oh, like we're so close. We are so close to scoring. I did not feel that ever until Mesut Ozil comes on. He starts putting balls in the fucking box. He starts connecting these passes. And eventually, finally, when he's on, it's like, oh my god, I can finally see these goals coming in, you know? Granted, it's the end of the game. I don't know if that helps. I mean, obviously it helps, so maybe that's why we were getting more chances at the end. But still, I mean, that guy, Mesut Ozil, is a game changer. He is, I would say, our best player, hands down best player. I mean, Alexis Sanchez on his day can be the best player, but right now, he's just, I don't really know what's wrong with Alexis Sanchez. He hasn't really been there. He's been playing in a weird position, right? Striker. And I saw a comment Wenger said that Sanchez is going to be like, could be like Luis Suarez. That's not happening. All right, that's a fucking joke. All right, Sanchez is not going to be Suarez up front. All right, it just, no. Why? No. Okay, put him on the fucking left. All right, that's where he wants to be. If Sanchez wants to be on the left, put him on the left. That's where he's the best. All right. Why are we trying to make him a striker? Why don't we buy a fucking striker and then we can have a fucking striker for Sanchez to put crosses into? All right. Stop putting Sanchez. He's not a striker. You know, it's just a dumb position to put him in. But overall, game could have been worse. We could have lost it at the end. So I'm, I guess, happy. I'm just kind of meh. It's, you know, it was a meh game. Nothing exciting. Nothing really good. I mean, the only upside was Mesut Ozil coming on the field. I mean, that was fucking fantastic. I mean, heaters of the day, I would say Mesut Ozil, really good. Laurent Koscielny, he just absolutely solid defenseman. I mean, it just showed how different we were with him in the back. I mean, we could have easily let go some goals today. I mean, he just really solid defender, and, you know, this is why he needed to be played. Last game against Liverpool, we would have won that game with him, I feel like. I mean, he's a solid defender, and if we got someone with him, like, I mean, Mustafi's supposedly out of the door now, so, I mean, I don't fucking know what defender, right? I haven't been keeping up, because what's the point? What's the point of keeping up with these transfers? They're just not going to fucking happen. Look, if we get a signing, I'll be happy, but you know what? I'll hear about it when we sign them. You know, I'm done looking for this fucking bullshit. The last time I really cared, I really thought, this is a very sad confession. I really thought Benzema was going to come last season. I was like, Benzema is going to be the new fucking striker. Wenger's finally going to get him. And I think we all know Benzema didn't fucking leave Real Madrid. So, I'm done. I don't give a fuck about transfers. I'll wait until we actually sign someone, and then I'll be excited. But you know what? I'm not going to be like, oh, we're with Mustafi. I think that's going to happen now. Yeah, it's like, no, it's not going to fucking happen. More than likely, it's not going to fucking happen until we get a new manager. But, you know, that's not, all right, that's not what this video is about. It's about the game. And overall, it was just slow. I mean, our attacking just needs to get better. Shite of the day, I have to add Walcott. I mean, sloppy passing. I mean, he just has the same problems every game. Offsides, giving the ball away on our side, and it just doesn't bring anything. He just doesn't bring anything. I mean, like, I don't know if he had any shots on goal, maybe 2. I don't really know. I mean, every time I see him, I'm just like, what do you bring? What are you doing? You know, you can't put in crosses like Ox, you know? And I mean, Ox wasn't that good this game either, but still, he's at least putting in crosses. You can see where he could be helpful, right? And with Theo Walcott, I just can't see it. I'm like, where do you become helpful? Like, when do you put your shift into the squad? When do you help this team? And I just can't. I can't think of a single time. You know, I mean, he puts in a couple good shots. They're obviously saved because they're never that great. I mean, every shot, every goal he ever scores is the exact same. It's when he's by himself, he runs past the defender, it's one-on-one, and he puts it to like the either left or the right of the goal, and it goes past the goalkeeper, and that's it. That's the only goal he can score. He can't score with his head. He can't score from a volley. He can't score when there's someone ahead. I mean, he just can't have a good shot. It's always a low drive to the bottom left or the bottom right. That's it. That's the only goals he ever does, at least consistently. So, you know, I mean, like, that's great and all, but we need more, all right? We need a fucking guy that can put balls in the fucking net every game. I mean, Lacazette does that. Lewandowski does that. Aguero does that. I'm not naming... These aren't people we can get. I'm just saying these are people that teams have, and that's what we need in our team to be as successful as these teams. Because we want to be as successful as Manchester City and Bayern Munich. You know, if we want that, we have to get someone like their strikers. Because their strikers can just put balls in the back of the net no matter what. You know what? You give them a fucking ball, and they will at least get it on target, alright? That's the shit we kind of need, alright? And Theo Walcott's not going to bring that, so I don't really know why we play him. The second shite player of the day, and not shite, it's really risky to play this player, and I love this player, but he needs to control his tackles more. It's Francis Coquelin. I mean, he's just such a risk to play. He could have easily been sent off today. I mean, he needs to learn how to time his tackles, and he needs to get those yellow cards down. I mean, every game is getting a yellow card. Every game he gets a yellow card. Every time you have a yellow card, you can't play to your fullest, you know? Then you're scared about getting a red card. You can't tackle like you should. Or, if you ignore your yellow card, you get another one, you're sent off. That's it. You know what? That's pretty much game. You don't come back with a red card. I mean, rarely, very rarely do you come back with 10 men. So, it just sucks because I'm like, I love Francis Coquelin. But at the same time, man, it's just like, it's too risky. You need to learn how to stop getting yellow cards. You know, you gotta be able to make these tackles at least close enough where you don't actually hit them. Again, I don't really know how to play soccer. I just watch it. But he needs to stop getting yellow cards. I mean, that guy, he won at one of these games, and he's done it for us before. I mean, Tottenham last year, he'll get a red card, and he will fuck us over for getting sent off. You know, and it's just like, we need someone who is a leader and cannot be put, like, just don't put that risk on the club. You can't be putting that risk on the game, you know? So, he's not shite, but he's in the category shite of the day because he needs to get better there. Besides that, there's not much else to say. I mean, this game was very boring, and it just kind of solidified how great Ozil is and how much we really needed him last game. Well, last game, we did fine scoring, but Liverpool's defense is a joke. I mean, not as much as a joke at ours. I mean, ours was way worse, right? And, you know, all power to them. Liverpool kicked our fucking ass, you know? I mean, Jesus, I wish we had someone like Coutinho. I mean, that guy is fucking phenomenal. I would kill to have him on Arsenal, so don't get me wrong, but they do have bad defense. Liverpool does not have a good defense, and someone who does is Leicester City, and it just showed. We can't score. We can't score against the good defense players, or defensive teams. So we need to get someone, or we need to learn how to fucking break through these defenses, or else we're just going to get draws, or we're going to lose. I mean, it's just like last season. Last season, we had this exact same problem. We couldn't score against the people with good defense. And it's just like, most teams have a good defense, all right? Most of them have a good enough defense, so we better learn how to get past that shit. I mean, all we need is a goal. I mean, eventually, you know, wait, what am I saying? Sorry about that. I lost track of my mind. But eventually, we're going to have to start scoring. I don't know why. I was like, eventually, and then I just blanked, and I was like, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what to say. No, eventually, we need to start scoring. Because if we're not scoring, we're never going to win a game. So, what I think should happen is we sign a player, but that's probably not going to happen. So now I'm really hoping that someone like Alexis Sanchez, someone like Giroud, or Ozil, not really Ozil, he's not a scorer, but I want those guys to step up and to really show how they can be scorers. I mean, we're relying on Giroud again. That's what we're doing this season. I have zero faith in getting a striker this, before the transfer window ends. So you know what? At this point, I've given up. I'm like, you know what? I just really hope Giroud does well. That's all I can do. I'm just, please, Giroud. Giroud, you're literally our best striker. All right? And we need you to fucking show up, and we need you to score goals. All right? And obviously, this game, I'm not going to say you were bad because you had, 10 minutes to play? Obviously, you're not going to score. Or, you could have, but, that would have been pretty amazing. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. The game was boring. It just showed that we need a striker. We're not getting a striker, though, so let's hope that Giroud plays well. But that's all I got for today. If you enjoyed the video, comment. What'd you think of the game? How'd your team go? If you're not an Arsenal fan, how'd your team play? I know Man City, all Manchester teams are probably pretty fucking happy right now. You're doing pretty good, so. And as you saw in my video, I think Manchester United is going to win. But you know what? Man City won 4-1. It's a close race. Because Arsenal can still win it, all right? Don't fucking forget that. But that's it for today. Comment. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
This is my outro. Yay.